sun's come out again on this splendid little place, Westleton I think it's called. And I just got all excited because I saw a Husqvarna dealer, and it turned out it was Husqvarna lawnmowers, not motorcycles. Hey ho. What a splendid little green. You really can't beat Blighty when the sun's out. It's a brilliant place. Right, let's follow them again. Just off to the right here, for birding fans, is Minsmere Nature Reserve. I don't know anything about it other than it's a big nature reserve and I've heard of it. So there we are. Get more of this weird sort of scrubland that they have around here. Sort of gorse and so on. It's quite unlike anything near where I live. Is that heather? I suppose it is. I was going to say it's like the Highlands of Scotland with all the heather, but of course if it was the Highlands of Scotland you wouldn't have all this flipping traffic. Look at it all. It's not even holiday time. So this is Dunwich now. Look at this amazing wall here. Greyfriars Medieval Friary. Unbelievable. Incredible bit of building. Okay, I can see the sea over yonder. See if we can find a beachside car park to take a view. Let's go and take a snap somewhere, shall we? Or not? This'll do for now. Okay, so here we are, this is Dunwich Beach, right in the distance there. You may not be able to see it on the GoPro, I can just see the lighthouse up at Southwold, which is where we're heading. Massive shingle beach. And then down this way, the obligatory day-glow cyclist, and then you can just see Sizewell B power station, just on the end there. I don't know if you can see that. Wow, that is a big beach. Splendid. Right, back to the bike. Okay, so that was Dunwich. Another little gem of the East Anglian coast. I'm starting to regret zipping in the thermal inserts into my textile kit now. It's 20 odd degrees. People are wearing shorts and t-shirts, and I'm in my full winter gear. Oops. I like it when the forecast is wrong that way. Dingle Hill Tea Rooms. What an excellent sounding place. One assumes this is Dingle Hill. So Dingle Hill led onto another of these brilliant forest roads. This is the B1125 to Southwold. It's just another corker on this route. I have to say so far, this has been one of my favourite routes I've done out of the book. Just for sheer variety. And the amount of seaside perhaps, which is something I don't get to see very often living where I do, slap bang in the middle of the country. Okay, so we're just on the approaches to Southwold now. Again, some lovely scenery around here if you're into bird watching and all that game. Unfortunately, it seems like the rest of East Anglia is also going to Southwold today. Even though I'm recording this on a Friday, I don't have jobs to do. Can't all be semi-retired. So just coming into the town of Southwold now. And a few things you should know about this place. Once again, mentioned in the Doomsday Book, 1089 it got its mention. Maybe everything around here got mentioned in the Doomsday Book. Actually, technically, this is Raiden I'm in, by the way. If you live in this area, I know this is Raiden, but Southwold is just over there. We're getting there. Okay, so Southwold, mentioned in the Doomsday Book. I guess the thing that it's most famous for now, of course, is Adnams Brewery. If you've heard of Adnams Ales, they're all brewed here in Southwold, or certainly were originally. I don't know if they still are. I expect they are. and it's another one of these places that will see front cars and coaches. Should we go that way? Yeah, why not? It's one of those places that's very touristy. Great, well known for its seafood. It's quite posh here actually. It's not a tacky seaside place at all. It's very, very nice. And in fact, ex-British Prime Minister Gordon Brown famously used to cover his holidays here. I think I'd rather go to Mallorca, but I do see its charm. Okay, just go up to the seafront now, and right ahead of us is the head of Southwold Pier, one of those peculiarly British phenomenon. Southwold, its pier remains. And I'm not sure which way to go from here. There's a lot of beach huts down there. Let's go and have a look at those, because they're quite fun and terribly British. So if you're watching the UK, this will be, this won't be of interest to you probably because we've all heard of them, but this is a curious British pastime. You see these little multicoloured huts on my right here. People buy these. They're actually on the seafront, and they buy them to get changed in, and so they can go for a paddle. Now I think they were sort of Victorian times was when they were in their heyday, but they've had a bit of a resurgence. Although these are still probably quite old, people still love them. Goodness knows why, because they sell for huge sums of money. It's a shame I can't actually show you the beach here because it's quite nice. But yeah, these things sell for much more than you think. It's basically a garden shed on the seafront. And people keep kettles in them and their windbreak and towels and stuff like that. And it's just somewhere they go over a weekend, go and stay in their little chalet on the beach. Very odd thing to do. There we go. But they have a certain British charm anyway. I'll show you those just in case you're watching overseas. You might not have come across those before. Now ahead there, I hope you can see on the horizon with the GoPro, that lighthouse. Again, Southwold Lighthouse of course. It's one of the newer lighthouses I understand. I think it was commissioned in something like 1924, so it's quite modern in lighthouse terms, and in fact it's still operational. Now, I was surprised to learn that it runs with only a 140 watt bulb. I'm sure I've got bulbs bigger than that in my house. But apparently it runs with a 140 watt bulb. I'm sure it's not quite the same as a domestic light bulb. And that 140 watts are visible for 24 miles out to sea. Incredible, there it is, there's the lighthouse. I suppose when you get line of sight then you can see things for a long way, but 24 miles for 140 watts I just thought was pretty impressive. Okay, I don't really know where I'm going. Some lovely places up here. There's the beach, beautiful. Okay, let's see if I can do a lap round by the lighthouse somehow. I might get stymied by one-way systems. There she blows. How good is that? A splendid looking pub in the sunshine. Marvellous. With any luck, might be able to get back down by the seafront. And there's a view of the pier. So yeah, this is a reminder, this particular route out of the book is called Southwold Loop, and this is Southwold, so this is what you're aiming at. Absolutely beautiful part of the East Anglian coast, and as I said before, much underrated. Very pretty pier that actually. Originally built so that steamliners could bring tourists in back in its heyday. Great stuff. Okay, got to work out where to next. So rather sadly, that's it for the seaside portion of the route. As we start to head back inland now, via various little towns and villages, as I'm heading towards a little town called Beccles. And once again, Simon has chosen some B roads to take us there, so hoping they're going to have some nice riding in store. So stick around, stay tuned, and let's see what the rest of the Southwold Loop has in store. Getting a really bad feeling about this driver in front of me. My family, who live in Norfolk, refer to drivers here as silly Suffolkers. Now there's a bit of Norfolk and Suffolk rivalry going on, but I have to say, if today's evidence has been anything to go by, this is a classic case in point. Look, 20 miles an hour Ford Fiesta man. He's all over the road, he's not indicating. Thank goodness I'm going down here. Oh no, now he is. Come on, this is just painful. Right, soon as I can, safely. I've got to get past him. I just don't trust what he's going to do next, based on the evidence so far. Oh, brake and then indicate, that's good. Oh, thank goodness he's going. God, what is he doing? Barely made it round the corner. People like that shouldn't have a driving licence. Anyway, thank goodness he's gone. Let's pick up the route again and calm down. Another cracking road. This is the B1127. Twisty turny, uppy downy, just what we like. Yes. Of course, it's only a short-lived bit of fun. As soon as you do that, there are more cars to catch up. But what a cracking road, and it's although I wasn't filming, I've passed a few bikers coming the other way, so it's obviously a well-known local biking road. One of those ones to get up early for on a Sunday morning. What a cracking day it is. So we're still in Suffolk and heading down these cracking roads. This is the B1127 towards a place called Beccles. Don't know much about Beccles other than I happen to know they've got a heliport there. And I know my old woodwork teacher used to live there many years ago. Gosh, that was many years ago. Wonder if he still lives there. Wonder if he's still alive. I hope he is. He was a good bloke. Hello, Mr. Curtis, if you're watching. Don't do woodwork these days, do they? Goodness me, kids of today, eh? Don't know, they're born, do they? Can't get anywhere in life if you don't know how to make a dovetail joint. Certainly stood me in good stead, having never made a dovetail joint since. And I was quite interested in woodwork. Got a GCE grade A in that. And these silly Suffolks really are out in force today. We're in a 60 mile/h limit and we're doing about 30. We're all queued up behind the guy that's doing 30. And I'm once again looking at the backside of an Up. What if that's the one I saw earlier? I don't know. A bit like Skodas around here, they're very popular. I've got a vague feeling you can get those and you don't have to pay road tax or something, because they're that frugal and cheap to run. Right, I'll get the turn off here. Hopefully this lot will turn the other way. Well, the troublesome fella is good. Boggis Electrical Limited. That's a great name. Oh. Time to lose the up. Just look at the size of that truck that's being driven through these little lanes. It's holding us all up at the moment. Hello? I mean, whilst it's a pain for other drivers being stuck behind him, imagine having to drive that thing around these lanes. If you took a wrong turn and hit a slow bridge or down a really narrow lane, you could have been in trouble. Rather him than me. The truck drivers are skillful fellas. So this is the throbbing heart of Beccles. No sign of Mr. Curtis, I'm afraid. Well, I wasn't really holding out any chance of seeing him. Impressive, if somewhat, squat church up ahead. And another sort of classic little Suffolk market town. It's just getting to the wrong time of day now. It's sort of getting towards knocking off time for work, so if anything, the traffic's going to get even worse. And I don't really know where I'm going, so it's going to be interesting. Actually a much bigger place than I thought. Oh, I should have gone left there, damn. So the Southwold Loop requires that after Beccles we head off to a place called Halesworth, which isn't too far away, only about 10 miles, something like that. And then I will have done pretty much all the route that I'm going to do, I think. This is rather lovely. A splendid pink building. Oh well, we'll get a better view of the squat church. So the top's been chopped off. Yeah, there's much more to Beccles than I thought, oh, there's Greg's with the sausage roll. I'm a fan. Okay, left here. Right, let's get out of here. Find some decent riding roads. Lovely though Beccles is. I'm wondering whether my weather luck is going to hold just for the remainder of the trip. Over there, the clouds looking pretty angry, and there's some showers I can see over that way. Don't really want to have to crack my waterproofs out, but you never know. What an impressive sky though, nonetheless. It's one of these roads that's in danger of turning into a green lane. It literally is green in the middle. And this isn't in the route, in the Bikers Britain book. I just took a wrong turn, and I'm doing the silly thing and letting the sat-nav just get me back onto the route, which can sometimes end in tears, I know from bitter experience. Well, I reckon I'm darn nearly back on track to where I should be. I have to say, actually, it's been quite a nice little diversion. Quite open, this little lane, so you can see what's coming. There's been a few cars coming down, but like this one, you get plenty of warning. And there's no problem. Really nice part of the countryside. Interesting house. It's a welcome piece of faster road. Wind farm over on the left. One would imagine a pretty good part of the country to have wind farms, given all the flat, unobstructed bits of land. This car's very kindly pulled over for me, but for these panniers, I need a bit of room. That's the loop. Thank you. Ah, it's good for the soul, motorcycling. So much better than being sat behind a desk. Okay, so this is Halesworth. Next stop, Harleston. Gosh, it's so tempting to try and squirt by on opportunities like that. You're on a lovely road like this, but stuck behind a slow car. It's just too dangerous. I really want to know that I've got clarity and enough room to get by before I attempt it. I think technically I'm still in Suffolk, and that's why I've got this extremely slow car in front of me. Nothing behind me. So tempting then. Probably could have made it. Didn't go for it. Probably is not good enough. Right, this looks a bit better. Right, I can see out the road, nothing behind me. We're off. A new obstacle awaits. Clear. Through. Excellent news. So now this is the final road really on the Southwold Loop. The B1123, one of Simon Weir's recommendations, and so far on riding these Bikers Britain routes he's not let me down. So I don't expect this to be a bad run either. Lovely scenery. And I think I'm going to get away with finishing off this run without getting wet today, which is great news. So today I've taken you around about 2/3, 3/4 of the whole loop, the Southwold Loop from the book. We started down at Woodbridge, just near Ipswich there, tracked up along the Suffolk coast past Sizewell and Southwold and lovely Aldeburgh, then back round inland through Beccles, and then back out here now to Harleston. There's a little bit more to do just to join the route back up again, back to where we started, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to stay the night round here with my family. So I hope that's been of interest to you. Another of the Bikers Britain routes. I'm sure there'll be another one along soon, and I look forward to speaking to you then. Until then, this has been the Missenden Flyer. Cheerio.